I finally did it. I was able to move my Lego city. So in this video, I'm going to show you my brand new Lego city room and the changes I've made to my city. Before I get started, I appreciate your support. So if you like Legos and you love Lego cities, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Well, as you can see, here it is. This was an old playroom full of toys. I've ended up moving all of that out and moved all my Legos in here. I had to move and redesign the whole city, and I actually think this looks a lot better. So, starting from here, all the modular buildings, as you can see, I did something unique. I actually put layering in because I had a lot of these 3-in-1 sets that I didn't know what to do with. But take a look at that. I was able to elevate this back row, right, including my special modded assembly square, detective's office, McDonald's mock, and the diner. Take a look. They're sitting on top, and on the bottom, you got a lot of the 3-in-1 creator sets, including the burger joint, the little townhouse. This is like the toy shop. This is like a coffee shop. And I made this. This is like a mock stairs, right? I think that looks pretty good because I have some open space. So this is how the little minifigs can walk up to the second story. So take a look at that. I think that's really impressive. I was never really into layering, but now because I have the walls in the back, I could do a lot more layering if I run out of space, including there's a new modular set that comes out later this year. I'm going to have to do something with that. And here's actually a better look of what I did. So as you can see, I have a plate on the bottom. I have these stands and a couple of bricks, and this is how I was able to do a layering. And these are stackable plates too, so that's the reason why I was able to do this. All right, so that's number one. So take a look, right? I think that looks pretty outstanding, looks really nice. Of course, I got the streets all done, right? A lot of parking spaces for the cars. And you can see all the little minifigs. Still got some Marvel stuff here, the corner garage. This is where the layering stops. I'm going to have to do something on this side later on and possibly behind there too. The only thing is I layered with these smaller buildings, right? So if I'm layering two modulars, it's going to take a lot of space. So I'm not sure if there's enough space back there or back there. Well, we'll see. So here's the rest of my modulars, as you can see, moving down over here. And I have this kind of like modular setup over here too, where it's kind of like its own square. I really like that. So I think the streets flow a lot better. So as you can see, big straightaway goes over there, and then the streets flow down there, and it kind of just ends at the Eiffel Tower. And over here, take a look. I had a kind of like a town square before in my old town, and I moved it over here because I have a lot of space, and I think this works really well. So take a look at that. I moved my trees and everything here. And of course, you see the pet store, the one side of the assembly square, which is a corner, works perfectly. The cinema, right? So this is pretty much complete in terms of my modulars. Again, a lot of room, walking, parking spaces, and goes all the way down, and you can see that there's a bus stop there as well. So that's it for my modular setup. Looks really cool. What do you guys think? I love the layering. Just looking at that just makes me excited. I think it looks really, really nice. Now, of course, over here in the corner, I do have this very tall Eiffel Tower that I picked up a while ago, right? This is the only logical place for it. I showed you guys how I was working on Ninjago stuff before. It works perfectly at this corner. So take a look. I have the Ninjago City and the Ninjago Dock, right? I was able to flip it on its side, and then I finished Destiny's Bounty, which is right next to it, right? So I think that looks pretty good. Kind of secluded by itself, but also part of the city. Over here, you could see that there is a walkway, right? I don't know what you would call it, just basically a walkway. And it's a nice little place. Not only do you get to see Ninjago City, but the little minifigs, right? Come pick up some food. I moved the donut shop here. You got a hot dog stand, a burger stand, right in front of the water, right? So you can peek out in the water. I think this looks and flows really well. Of course, right next to the water, right? You do have the old fishing store. I think that makes sense, right? It should be right next to the water. And what makes sense too, it's kind of like the beach area, a little bit of a beach area, not a complete one. Beach area slash the Apocalypseburg, right? Because it's on the sand plate, and it just makes sense that it would be on the sand next to the water. So that's how I have this place set up. And I think it flows very well from the Ninjago City to the water in the ship, old fishing store, Apocalypseburg, and you got this walkway, right? Because the little minifigs are walking from the city and they're going over here, right? And where does this lead to? Well, it leads to Legoland. Oh, before I do have a gap here in my in between my tables, but yeah, so that's why I put the bergs there. And I think it looks great too, right? It kind of just cuts off the sand part before it enters Legoland. But here, I actually did. This is my very first time I had a little piece here that I actually cut to be able to fit this. This is kind of like a bridge, and this walkway leads into Legoland. And I think that is really cool, right? So you could see they're walking, and there's a bridge, and it leads to Legoland, right? Obviously, I think those of you guys that watched my previous videos, I just moved this here. So now Legoland is spread out because of the table setup, and there's just a whole bunch more room here. So the roller coaster, of course, is in the corner here, kind of by itself. And then I moved my little fountain there. Got some carnival stuff over there, right? And then I got the Ferris wheel over here, like right next to the Disney Castle with the mock stage. You know, a lot of all the little details like the lemonade stand, the hot dog stand, the juggler. They have all been moved over here, right? And the Disney Castle, of course, just fits perfectly, right? Right smack in the center. You got a lot of activities going on here, selling cotton candy, the people listening to the stage. I added this little thing, this little guy, the Rocket Man ride, and that was a free gift a while ago. But I have all this set up. So I have the fairground set, the merry-go-round or carousel, that little ride, and the Ferris wheel all hooked up over here. So take a look. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I have a lot of extension power cords to that one battery pack. The only thing is the rocket ride moves a little bit too quickly because the motor that I have is not the slow one, it's actually the fast one, so I'll have to replace that. But for now, I think that works, right? I have this place kind of blocked off and the stairs right here with the ticket stand, so kind of just makes logical sense. If you want to get in, you go through, right? So this is my new Legoland. I have more space here. I used to have architect buildings, and they're over there by my window. I was going to put it here, and there is space for it. However, I like it better where it's open. I feel like if they were here, it just kind of gets in the way. So I'm not going to put those here for now. I don't know what I'm going to do with the architect building, so I'm going to wait and see. All right, and then, really cool, as you can see, this is my mock gate for Jurassic Park. I have everything blocked off, and I moved my Jurassic Park over here. Although I decreased it, I moved a lot of sets away because I had to make room for the new Jurassic Park set with that fantastic looking gate and this crazy, crazy T-Rex. It is enormous. Enormous. Okay, I know it's gonna scare the people in Legoland, but still, I think it still actually looks pretty good with everything else. So I put the gate against the wall, and it's really cool. I mean, if you look on the back, I can't really show you, but you can open the gate, and on the back, there's a lot of things that kind of shows you different scenes from the original movie. But that's what it looks like, and this T-Rex is just absolutely monster. It's about 2 feet long, probably longer than that. And it was actually really fun to build. I know a lot of you guys have seen this set, probably at the Lego store. I highly recommend it. It was actually pretty fun to build both of these. And this is amazing in terms of the T-Rex. You can do a lot of stuff. Move the head, the tail can be moved. Every single section can be moved, right? Same thing with the legs. You can make it go up and down. It's a really cool looking T-Rex. And then of course, this is the rest of my Jurassic Park. Got some T-Rexes in here. Got a gyroscope ride over here that is still active. And that's it. Took me a while, but I finally got everything done. What do you guys think? Do you like my new city? Do you like the layout? Remember, I used to have trains too, and I took those off. I'm wondering if I could do something with trains. In the city, not so much, maybe on the floor on a second layer, or if I elevate everything, kind of like this, maybe I can make the trains go underneath. If you enjoyed this video, of course, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future updates to my Lego city. But overall, I love to hear your comments. What do you think about my new room, my new Lego city? Are you a fan of it or are you not? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below.